Mid-size cars in Canada, the sales have been dropping. There are some new entries like the Camry and the Accord to get people excited, but the real trend is towards utility vehicles. And because there's now some new competition in the marketplace, Mazda has thrown some new stuff at this Mazda 6, including a turbocharged 2.5-liter 4-cylinder engine. So we're in the Okanagan to find out about this heavily updated Mazda 6.
Well, I think the goal is to take the existing car, which has stood up very well for us over the years in terms of design, and just really heighten the execution and the refinement of the new vehicle, this 2018 model year Mazda 6. It's something we want to describe delicately so everybody understands what that means. We call it Mazda Premium. So it's a unique, basically, set of values that we want to impart on our vehicles and offer to our customers. So it's a two-pronged approach that we're taking. We're still mindful that we have our core customer set and that are aligned more along the mainstream brand area, but we also want to capture interest from the premium intender. We've got the vehicle to do that now with the turbocharged engine and the Signature grade. There's some overlap there, and we want to tap into the premium customer.
A couple of years ago when Mazda introduced the latest CX-9, they introduced a Signature trim. When you looked at it, it looked like a luxury product, and they've done it again with this Mazda 6. I'm sitting in the Signature trim, which Mazda hopes will appeal to buyers that are considering an entry-level premium brand to choose this car but get it fully loaded. So it has some nice features like the faux suede or Alcantara on the dash and the doors, chestnut brown Napa leather, or you can get white, nice chrome accents, and wood inlays. So that's all good stuff. Now, every Mazda 6 standard equipment gets heated front seats and heated rear seats. On this top model, you can also get a heated steering wheel. All of the head units now are 8 inches, up from 7 inches on the previous model. No Android or Apple yet, but Mazda has committed to putting that in the screens. And even if you buy this car and it isn't in yet, it is reverse compatible. You're going to be able to add it after the fact. In the midsize sedan category, there are 2 winners, the Accord and the Camry, then there's everybody else. And Mazda's trying to up the profile of this car in light of the fact that those 2 main players, the Accord and the Camry, are brand new for 2018. So what have they done? They've plumbed in a more powerful engine. We'll start with the upgraded engine. It's now a turbocharged 4-cylinder engine with 227 horsepower. It's a 2.5-liter unit. But if you put high-grade fuel in, the horsepower goes to 250 horsepower. Now, why would you want that? Well, maybe you're going on a long trip driving through the mountains. You want a little bit more power. That might be advantageous. But regardless whether you put premium in or not, torque is the same at 310 pound-feet. And that's what you really use day in and day out. Low speed, getting away from a traffic light, torque is king. And that's what you really use the most. Still, it's a 6-speed automatic transmission, and of course you get paddle shifters behind the wheel if you like. All right, so that's the top engine, which starts in the middle trim and goes up to this Signature model. The base engine also has a new trick. It has the ability to switch off half of the cylinders, so a 2.5-liter 4-cylinder, you're driving along at steady speeds at light load, and half of the cylinders can switch off. So you're driving a 2-cylinder car. It's all done to save fuel. The other thing that Mazda is focused on is making this car more comfortable. They surveyed previous Mazda owners and they were told that they wanted them to improve the sound and the insulation inside the cabin. And they've made 75 improvements, I'm not going to run through all of them, to make this car quieter on the inside. They improved the steering feel as well. They changed it by attaching the steering rack to the lower subframe mount. They made changes to the suspension to make it not as crashy over bumps. And the overall feel, driving this turbocharged car with the new updated steering feel, it feels more substantive. It feels like quality and heavy in your hands. It actually, you can feel some substance to this car through the steering wheel. And when you push on the gas with this turbocharged engine, it comes on with a wave, a surge. It's not a snap your head back kind of feel. It's a big surge of power that I think a lot of people are going to like. So is this enough to dethrone the Camry and the Accord? No. They are so far ahead in terms of sales, and they've earned it over decades of producing great cars. But Mazda has a good product here. When you add in the interior refinement that they have, and now this new, more powerful engine, it's a compelling package for people that are shopping for a midsize car.
Well, in terms of the segment is declining. We experienced some solid year-over-year growth in 2017. We look to continue that momentum with this 2018 model year. The thing is, despite it being a declining segment, any car we're going to release for the public is going to be to the best of our abilities. So we're still going to put the same amount of efforts in, regardless of the segment condition. There's still good volume to be had in the intermediate segment. It's a very important segment and always has been.
Now, I've always been curious with Mazda. They, in my opinion, make above average cars. Their interiors certainly are nicer than much of the competition. They sure handle well. Now you've got a turbocharged 4-cylinder engine, but their market share doesn't really seem to grow that much. And I hope with the advancements in technology they put into this new Mazda 6 that some people will at least give this car a try.